Hello students, in our previous lecture we have discussed the topic of Lewis structures and the formal charge. So there we have also discussed the definition of octet rule. So what is the octet rule? Generally the tendency of any atom to acquire 8 electron in its valence shell is going to represent octet rule. Clear? So today we have to do the limitations of the octet rule. So the incomplete octet of the central atom in the compound of lithium, beryllium, boron, in which they act as the central atom, the number of valence shell electrons are less than 8. Clear? Example: lithium chloride, beryllium hydride, boron trichloride. In all these compounds, this central metal atom, here this is the lithium, here beryllium and here boron, these are acting as the central metal atom. These will going to have number of electrons less than 8, means incomplete octet of these atoms. Clear? So this is the exception or limitation, that sometimes the compounds are also occurring in which they are not having the maximum number of electrons are 8 in their outermost shell. Clear? So second is expanded octet, means elements in which 3d orbitals available for bonding, the number of the valence shell electrons in compounds of these elements are more than 8. For example, PF5, phosphorus pentafluoride. Clear? So in this molecule you can see the number of valence shell electrons in case of phosphorus are 5. So here each fluorine atom will going to share 1 electron with this phosphorus atom. So the total number of electrons, this is 2 are in this bond, 4, 6, 8 and 10 are present here, which is means the number of electrons shared by the central metal atom are more than 8. Clear? That is total 10 electrons are shared. So this is because of the presence of the d orbital in the phosphorus. Clear? So same second example, we are having sulfur hexafluoride. In this case again there are 6 ligands, each fluorine will going to share 1 electron with each sulfur atom and overall there are 12 electrons. That again octet is expanded because of the presence of d orbital. Clear? So and next is the example of sulfuric acid, H2SO4. In this molecule again the total number of electrons that are present is 12. Clear? So the third is the odd electron molecules. In odd electron molecules, the octet rule is not satisfied for all the atoms. Clear? So here you can see that for oxygen you can expect that octet rule is followed, but for nitrogen it is not so. Clear? In case of nitric oxide, the number of electrons that are involved in bonding in case of nitric oxides is totally 7. Clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 electrons. Clear? And for oxygen the valency is totally completed, that total number of valence shell electrons are 8 in this case. Clear? And for nitrogen oxide, the charge on the nitrogen will be positive and on oxygen the charge will be negative. Clear? So according to that, here for nitrogen the number of electrons are odd, that is the number of electrons are less than 8. The octet rule is not followed for the nitrogen atom. Clear? So the next topic that we have to do is the concept of the resonance. That what is the definition of resonance? When a molecule cannot be represented by a single structure, but its characteristics properties can be described by the 2 or more structures, this is known as resonance, and then the actual structure is said to be resonance hybrid of these structures. For example, if I have to explain the structure of ozone molecule, for ozone, firstly I have written Lewis structure. Each oxygen atom will going to carry 6 valence shell electron, that is the first pair, second pair and third pair. For each I have written, that is the first oxygen, second oxygen and third oxygen atom. Clear? Now when I am representing in the form of the bonds, so first arrangement is this one. Clear? So each atom should have its octet completion, na? According to that, second oxygen carrying double bond between the first and second, the nature of the bond is double bond, clear? And the bond between first and third oxygen atom is single. This is the first possible structure, that is first, second and third. Here minus charge is also present, here 2 lone pairs are present, and here only 1 lone pair is present now after this type of the bonding. Now I am having minus charge on this oxygen atom. If I will shift this lone pair to this bond with this arrow, then the total nature of this structure will going to change. Now the third oxygen atom will going to behave like this second oxygen atom, and second oxygen atom will going to carry minus charge on it, clear? So that is, it becomes like that. Initially I am having here the total 6 electrons with negative charge. Now here I will going to have 4 electrons only here, 1 lone pair I have used here in double bonding, and when I am shifting this lone pair here, then that bond should also shifted in the form of the lone pair on the second oxygen atom, as I have done here, clear? And with the shifting of the lone pair on this oxygen atom, minus charge will also going to appear on this oxygen atom. So this is the resonating structures where to define the nature of each individual atom, or to define the overall characteristics, properties of any particular compound related to their structure, you need more than one structures, clear? So in first structure you are not able to see that oxygen atom, second and third oxygen atom will going to change their charges partially. So this is explained only when you are going to explain its resonating structures, clear? So now I have written that the double bond is partial on second on all these 3 oxygen atoms, clear? In first structure you can see that the bond is between first and second oxygen atom, and afterwards you can see the bond is between, in second structure, double bond is between first and third oxygen atom, clear? So this bond is partial, and first oxygen will going to carry positive charge, clear? So this is structure where you have represented the overall behavior of the atoms and how the bonds are going to vary for each atom, clear? So this structure is known as the hybrid structure, which is defined the overall characteristic properties of the atom. From this structure you are able to see very clearly that each atom is going to have the partial double bond character, which you can explain only with the help of the resonating structures, clear? So once you have to try the examples from your book also related to the concept of the resonance. These are the examples for the questions that are based on the Lewis structure, clear? You have to try these examples also once, and afterwards the examples that explain the structure of carbonate ion in terms of resonance, you have to try this once by yourself, and if any problem or doubt you are having in solving these examples, then you can once ask me, clear? Thank you.